Today, we take common land for granted. It's somewhere to walk the dog, enjoy a family outing, or have a picnic, where you can do something energetic or just hang out. To most of us, commons are valuable green open spaces in a crowded island, but no more than that. Things were different in the past. When Britain was a largely agricultural society, the commons played a central role in village life, mostly for grazing animals, but also a place to dig building materials such as gravel and clay, or chalk for improving fields. Indeed, the commons were so essential to people's lives that they risked jail to prevent the enclosure of common land. To help people discover what a vital part commons have played in our national culture, the Chilterns Conservation Board organised a public open day here at the Chilterns Open Air Museum. Over 1,400 adults and children came along to see how commons have been used. For many, it will have come as a surprise that there are still commoners exercising their right to graze livestock on our local commons, and that crafts that have been practised for hundreds of years are still being kept alive. The commons were a place where bodgers and broom makers could find their raw materials.
Which is why a Japanese wire is a bit more reliable.
How do you cut these?
And mix it all up from underneath, when you get it from underneath.
They provided a place where bakers and blacksmiths could ply their trades with a ready supply of wood for their ovens and hearths.
I need some of this one.
Probably nearly done actually, isn't it?
Mine's nearly done.
Until deep wells were dug, drinking water was taken from ponds like this. So the commons also provided a valuable source of water for people as well as their animals. And wash day was a communal activity, despite bylaws prohibiting the drying and bleaching of cloth on many commons. But it wasn't all hard work. Local fairs were held on the common, where children played. Storytellers set up their pitches.
Voices. Well, she turned and there were a dozen or more men coming towards her. And, well, whenever I hear that story, whenever I tell that story, it reminds me of how precious trees are to us. And I hope it will do the same for you.
And minstrels played and sang for their supper.
Oh, I know no woman who swallowed a fly. I don't know why she swallowed that fly. Perhaps you die.
Great fun was had pelting offenders in the stocks.
Oh!
Too high.
It's not wet.
There you go. Womanising, right.
I didn't mean it, God. Forgive me, God.
Hiring or mop fairs, where men, women and even children found a job for the coming year, was sometimes conducted on commons. Today it might be considered demeaning, but doubtless Adam Smith would have welcomed seeing the free market determine the price of labour.
Shall we say a few words of explanation? We're here to sell the services of our worthy companions here.
10 shillings there, 15. 15 there, 15. You sell them for
How much? £1 sixpence.
6 shillings.
6 shillings. Oh, that's pretty good. £1.10.
£1.10 shillings. £1.10 shillings. We now have the next person is.
Commons and village greens have been used for centuries for military training. Historically, archery practice was held on the green on Sunday afternoons after church. These men practised digging trenches on Berkhamsted Common in 1916 before going to the Western Front.
Guard! Order! Up! Guard! Fall! Out! Say thank you.
And the commons were a source of free building materials, with brickmakers using the local clay, and flint knappers testing their skills on the most unyielding of materials.
But it does take a great deal of time to get anywhere near perfection.
The poorest homes were made of wattle and daub. It was said that if a family could build a home in a day and light a fire in the hearth, they had the right to stay on the common. There were many run-ins with the bailiffs, whose job was to keep the commons free from squatters and gypsies.
I see a fire. Where's it going?
It's going in our hovel. It's got to keep warm.
Which isn't finished.
What do you mean it's not finished? Of course it's
There's
finished,
no
is
floor.
it? It's finished. No, it's finished.
Your walls aren't sound.
What do you mean they're not sound? You prove it. What do you think, everybody? Should we pull it down or shouldn't we?
It's not finished. It's not. There's no fire in the hovel.
It's ridiculous.
On this occasion, our amiable bailiff bowed to public pressure and relented. Unsurprisingly, no one wanted to spend the night in a hovel. It had been a great day out, giving people a new understanding of the important role of the commons in the life of rural England.